New news.
New news.
No, wrong podcast. I will say, searches for Taylor Swift podcast are just out of control right now, which means it's great for us, a Taylor Swift podcast with Taylor Swift news. Yes, we are here with a bonus episode because Taylor Swift just announced TS12, The Life of a Showgirl. It's not Karma. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the Karma truthers.
That's okay.
But she did say that this is the record I've been wanting to make for a very long time. And it's the same collaborators as Reputation and the photographers as Reputation. So I think there's an argument.
Jen,
that
you of
the
all people.
seeds, I know, but when she said I've been wanting to make this for a very long time, I was like, this makes me think there have been seeds of this for a while. And there's enough overlap with the timing of Reputation that it's like, there could be seeds. I think Karma, the album, happened. I think it's just been different songs on albums, Reputation and onwards.
Yeah.
Personally.
I will say, but for those who are new to our podcast, hi, we are AP Taylor Swift. Traditionally, we do deep reading and literary analysis of Taylor Swift's lyrics, and we have very structured episodes, although we have a lot of fun on them. But these bonus episodes, we got news. We got stuff to talk about. We will still take our literary analysis lens where we can, critical thinking to what we know about Taylor's new album. And we try not to go into rumors. We're all about rhetoric, not rumors. So if you're new to our podcast and you're like, why aren't you talking about all of the Easter eggs and all the times she dropped and what we think each song is about? Not our vibe, but we hope you stick around and see if we are your vibe, because I think we're kind of fun. We're kind of dorky, and so she's dorky.
She straight up said Easter eggs are never about her personal life.
Bless.
I know.
She did also say that the Easter eggs are very real and there's numerology everywhere.
Yeah, right. So she gave
but not about who the song is about or her personal life. It's about her work, which is great. That's what we discussed.
She also name-dropped Hamlet. So I feel very justified in our approach. And I literally added Hamlet to our book list last night for a season 3 episode that we've already recorded. So before she talked about Hamlet, we were talking about Hamlet and how her songs relate to it. Anyway, I'm going to get off my high horse.
I think we're going to jump into this, but one thing that she talked about in this podcast episode, which I like, we all know as fans, is how much she has a pulse on her fans and what they want. And I can't express how pleasantly surprised, but also grateful I was that so many of the things that we talk about on this podcast, she is answering with this album. And it's almost like she has such a good pulse, and it just will never cease to amaze me. And we'll get into some of those things, but I think there's just like a lot of themes that we talk about all the time that she literally mentioned in this episode.
And I think we'll talk, I know it was like 2-hour in-depth interview. I think I was surprised that that it was 2 hours, B, the range of topics that she talked about. But we'll start with the album, with the new Swiftie news, and then we'll see, what else of the long conversation we pull in here, because it's obviously all relevant. But do we start with the title, as we normally do? The Life of a Showgirl.
Yeah. Can we actually talk about how she revealed it from the box itself? Because even before she told us the title, like when I saw that title album cover, I screamed.
Like on what we just saw when you saw the cover?
Yeah, like taking that album out of the box, I literally screamed.
So that was the first time you saw the cover?
Yes, that was the first time I saw the cover.
I saw it on Instagram.
I saw it
I was at work until I listened to this podcast.
Sorry, well, you're
and I'm Monzi, and I don't look at Instagram while I'm at work.
I definitely do, but not today.
I will post a picture that I took of my iPad to the side on the Taylor Swift website countdown. My TV has YouTube on it. My laptop had, probably our Slack channel. So I saw the album cover and the track list on her store before. It was 1 hour and 26 minutes is when she actually talks about the album and reveals the album on New Heights. So if for whatever reason you haven't yet listened to New Heights, and you want to just skip to what she says about the album, 1 hour and 25 minutes and like 36 seconds, actually, if we're going to be specific. But yes, I had seen the picture before, but yes, it was quite a dramatic
down. Oh shit, album cover in all caps with 4 exclamation points. Wow, love.
I love it. I love also what she talked about it, that this is me at the end of the night.
Yes.
What was also interesting to me, my first thought as an OG Swiftie, is that it actually felt reminiscent of the debut album cover, because there's that blue it's blue water in the background, and it's her kind of making a similar like
Pose.
Look at the camera, head tilt, and it's green, and there's a little bit of orange actually. It might be brownish.
It's brownish, but yeah,
but
you're not wrong.
oh
no, it's gold. It's like a golden hue.
Yeah, so it's feels like a little bit of a callback in some
rebirth.
ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I just think it was beautiful. I think because I was watching the YouTube video of the podcast on my phone in a small screen, it wasn't immediately obvious to me that it was water, but she did talk about it, how it was a bath at the end of the night. But I was kind of just looked like this beautiful Barbie doll in the water. So which does bring us to the title itself, which is Life of a Showgirl.
Even staying on the visuals for a second, I think we talked about Cindy Sherman briefly on our female artists episode, because she was an artist that I was thinking of bringing in, but she's a photographer and she takes these photos of glittery showgirl, like glittery shoes, but the bottoms of the feet are all caked in mud. There's this mix of the beautiful and the slightly grotesque, and seeing the real side of beauty or of fame, like sweat dripping down a beautiful model's face. And that's what this image really reminds me of a Cindy Sherman photo. You have clearly this person, we know it's Taylor Swift, but she's dressed in literally dripping in jewels and makeup and all made up, but also is almost drowning and is
Did the makeup feel kind of like 80s, 90s-ish to you?
It's kind of like when you start wiping off your makeup, but not fully, which is okay. So I grew up dancing and doing dance recitals, and to this day, my favorite feeling is when you like get out of your show clothes, but you still have your makeup on.
Have the makeup on, yes.
And
absolutely.
I just always felt really special. Even when I would start to take the makeup off, it's kind of still there, and I always just felt really beautiful.
I have so many photos of myself like in that moment, because I agree, and like you feel really special, and you also feel like you've accomplished something. And she, like talking about this being at the end of her show where she's just like in a bath. I love that you like don't take off your makeup when you go in the bath, you know, like that idea of just like leaving it on.
Soak my body.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jen, you were saying.
I thought it was really interesting, two things. Yes, the drowning, I noticed that immediately, of how the water line comes right up to her mouth. It's like she's just barely, which could be drowning, but it also feels a little bit like that you want to take a bath and you're submerging as much of your body as humanly possible in the warm water. Like when your neck is sore and you're like, I just gotta get it in the water. But I also thought it was really interesting, her and Travis and Jason all talking about post-athletic recovery and how much I just was like, oh, that's really interesting. Like I knew she was doing athletic stuff. That wasn't new information, but them talking a little bit about the physical therapy and all of that. And I'm like, oh, that totally makes sense. And I guess the whole point of this album is showing some of that side of it.
Which I really hope we get a documentary, because I really want to see how she does that. I think it would tie in beautifully with the theme. But anyway, that's
a few more things just about the visuals is that, again, like I said, I couldn't really tell if it was water or plastic initially. But now that I'm seeing it up close, it's like very clearly water. But the way that it looks kind of scrapbooky.
Yes, collage is what I was thinking.
I get Barbie vibes slightly of like a doll, but also, does it remind you of the Burn book?
Oh yeah, a little bit. To me, it's like shattered glass. It looks like a shattered glass.
Sure, yeah, it could also be shattered glass. I got like scrapbooky magazine vibes. Like when we were younger, you would like cut out the magazine,
the words and
celebrities and stuff. But it reminds me of the Burn book from Mean Girls, and of course the date, October 3rd. Okay, so this is my first example of things that we talk about literally all the freaking time when we talk about Taylor Swift.
She is a millennial.
She is.
She's a millennial. And she also, at the beginning of the podcast, when she was talking about making the Eras Tour, was talking about how she wanted it to be like a musical, like Broadway. And she wanted it to make you feel like you're scrolling algorithmically. And I was like, oh my God, she's a marketer. She's a theater kid. She's a millennial. She is us, but with so much more access to things.
I think all of the shattering and all of that are all good things. The thing it made me think of was that feeling of like disassociating from your body a little bit, where it's like you kind of feel things in pieces.
Ooh.
Not to the same level as what Taylor does, but the other day I just ended up walking a lot, did a really hard workout, and then life happened and I didn't get to eat dinner for a few hours, and I have a minor insulin thing. It's not a huge deal, but I started getting really lightheaded and my body was really sore, and I just like didn't feel attached to all of my body. And then I drank Sprite and I was fine. Blood sugar is important. Monitor it. But seeing this, I sort of had that feeling again of like her arm and her right arm is, it almost, you don't even see the elbow in that picture that comes out. Like it's like parts of her are like shattered but also fading, and it's the look in her face is sort of not disassociating a little bit, not in a mental asylum way, but kind of the like, it's the end of a long day and I don't know what my body's doing.
The askew nature of her limbs is kind of like Woody. Oh no, Buzz when he falls, when he realizes he can't fly. And he drops and he's all like...
Is that our first Toy Story reference on this
That's a
podcast?
shame if that's our first Toy Story reference.
Like, it is kind of that toy-like kind of nature. Like, I was thinking of a Barbie doll, but like just a doll, you know? Like, she does look kind of like thrown haphazardly like a doll.
Yes. And the shine of the water feels plasticky.
The back of the album feels even more like a scrapbook to me, because each of the titles, not all of them, but many of them look like they were cut out of magazines. And I definitely had a number of scrapbooks and like did a lot of decoupaging and collaging.
It just also like immediately looks like so much of a pop album.
I'm so excited.
Britney Spears vibes.
Like, my friend texted me. She's like, "It's giving Britney Spears Circus."
Yes.
And I just, like, as someone who loved 1989 and Midnights, I'm stoked. I'm like, up and we are so back.
We're back.
Well, and it's Max Martin and Shellback who also did a lot of the biggest bops from Reputation.
The biggest bops, yeah.
Well, do we want to go through the song titles?
Let's do it.
Yes. The only other things I had were like what she said about the album itself. Crisp, vivid, focused lyrics.
Yes.
That they wanted to keep the storytelling from folklore but blend it with infectious anthems. I'm like, you're speaking our language.
This was another thing that I thought a lot about. I thought about our conversation that we had when we had Louis from Pop Pantheon, and we were talking about how some of her more recent songs, she's gotten more verbose. Sometimes we miss the really like edited version.
She talked a lot about editing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Being very intentional with the music here.
And she said, no more songs are coming. It's these 12 songs.
Yeah. Oh my God. There are people already clowning. They'd be like, she did a peace sign. That means it's a double album. I think that I loved what she said about Tortured Poets Department. She was like, that was about the lyrics. It was poetry. I just needed to write. I just needed to get it out. And this is about the cohesiveness. Like, she really, whether or not she took that feedback and criticism and said, fine, I will shift, which felt a lot like what we heard from her about the shift from Red to 1989. The criticism of Red was that it wasn't a sonically cohesive album. It was multiple different genres. It was too all over the place. So she said, I will just write a very cohesive album and it will be pure pop, and it's 1989, and that's with Max Martin and Shellback. I kind of heard similar tone from her here. Same. Where she was, but she never said this was a reaction to the criticism, which I appreciate, because she's in a very different point in her career. She doesn't matter if somebody else doesn't like her album, but she didn't dismiss Tortured Poets. She said it did what it needed to do, which was be verbose and be about the lyrics and the stories. And what this album needs to do is be tight and concise and just crisp and focused and exactly what I need to say, but no more than that. And I love that.
I appreciate the astuteness so much. Yeah. Like she did also talk about, just in a different part, about staying off of social media and having other ways to stay on top of what her fans are saying and what she needs to do. And I just think it was so astute to just know that, you know, like, I have a temptation. I write a lot, so I want to give you all the songs, but sometimes, you know, there's something there to being really thoughtful and making it challenging. You just want to making something really, really good, quality over quantity. And I think a lot of us were feeling that with the last several of her albums. Love her music, love Tortured Poets. They all serve a purpose, but you like kind of miss that hard editing. It's like of just holding yourself back just a little bit from going over to just deliver that one perfect thing. And so that got me really stoked for this album, because I think we've been kind of craving some of that.
Yeah.
I also appreciated it because it's one of the reasons why when we do our deep dives that we discuss the purpose, because that is a key part of analysis. Is something good or bad is a different question than whether or not it accomplished its purpose. And I know some people who were like, well, I didn't like Tortured Poets Department.
Okay.
Like, it was a bad album or something. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You don't have to like it. That's fine. But to say it was an objectively bad album is missing the point. She had a purpose, and you want an album with a different purpose, which she's going to give us now. But I think there's a huge difference between something's objectively good or bad and what is actually the purpose of this, and is it accomplishing the purpose. There's a lot of really bad like morally bad things in the world that are very effective at accomplishing their purpose, and we shouldn't just dismiss them because we don't like them. Critical thinking, friends. That's what we're doing here.
Literacy.
Media literacy.
Right. Now, with that, I think now we are ready.
Now let's get into the
song titles, which I feel like we're going to spend, I don't know, I don't want to jinx us that we're going to spend a lot of time on. Track number 1, The Fate of Ophelia. I feel like she did this for us.
I mean, thank you. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you to everyone who's just joining us.
We have not yet done a specific Hamlet episode. We did do a Shakespeare episode, but I think methinks we're going to do a Hamlet episode now.
Did any of us talk about Hamlet in that episode?
No.
I was like, I don't think we did.
We didn't.
In Shakespeare.
I mean, to be fair, the song, spoiler alert, that's coming up where we talk about Hamlet, I believe, is But Daddy, I Love Him. Or maybe it's Blank Space. Yeah. I just edited both of those. So spoiler alert on both those songs.
For those of you who might just be joining us and listening, Jody mentioned that we do literary analysis. Sometimes we pick books. Sometimes we pick plays. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we pick literary theories. We pick different things. But yeah, Hamlet
sometimes
is
we pick a color.
Yeah, sometimes we pick. Well, that's a literary element. So
we find ways to make anything literary.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to spoil another episode. We're getting ready to record a Cats-themed episode. It runs the gamut, friends.
Yeah.
All right, The Fate of Ophelia.
Of Ophelia.
And she flat out was like, or maybe it was Travis that was like, Jason, have you read Hamlet? And then he hadn't read Hamlet, but he saw
and then he knew it was about the Lion King.
Which is pretty good.
Or the Lion King is about Hamlet, I should say.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so those of us who do know Hamlet, The Fate of Ophelia is not great.
Good. Not great.
Yeah.
It's dark. We're starting on a dark note.
Yeah, it'll be interesting as we go through, but the bright colors and stuff, and then reading some of the song titles, I was like,
I'm telling
interesting.
You, it's giving I Can Do It With a Broken Heart or Cruel Summer, which are both very poppy, upbeat songs that are darker themed. The lyrically are darker stories or more anxious stories.
Well, also, I mean, this is taking place. She's been pretty candid about the fact that it's going to be what was going on in her life behind the scenes of her show. And maybe we start in a dark place and we go somewhere happier. Maybe, you know, like maybe she's also drawing parallels. So like the thought that I had was maybe she's drawing parallels to different showgirls, you know. The next title is Elizabeth's Taylor. So we can get to that in a second, but it's just I was wondering if is Ophelia an original showgirl? I was like,
I had that thought too.
Ooh. She's a symbol of female suffering.
Yeah.
Yes.
She really is.
And we can see by the album cover when she's talking about the life of a showgirl, she's not talking about the glitz and glam and how wonderful it is. She's talking about behind the scenes afterwards. It's a hard
real
life.
Yeah, maybe
it's a hard knock life for us showgirls.
Well,
is that our first Annie reference?
It might be.
You had a moment, Jen.
So Ophelia in a lot of stage plays and films is depicted as crazy.
Yeah.
She does also drown.
She drowns.
So I also
we go. She drowns.
I
was like, doesn't she drown?
In water, yeah.
But there was even one stage play where she was in whatever that like restrictive insane asylum Straitjacket, thank you. That was a more recent, I think in London, there was a stage play of Hamlet and Ophelia was in a straitjacket the whole time. And it made me think of, in the Tortured Poets department, in the
Fortnite
music video for Fortnite, she was in a straitjacket. And we know she loves to bridge the eras. So maybe the Fate of Ophelia, we'll see what it is, but it might be kind of breaking out of the madness, breaking out of the straitjacket kind of thing. Like, if I would love if this was a rewriting of the Fate of Ophelia, like refusing to accept being this weird, I don't know, male
like
fantasy of female suffering. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like she Anne Juliet's Hamlet and changes Ophelia's fate.
Isn't Anne Juliet like mostly Max Martin music?
Yes, it's all Max Martin.
It's all Max Martin music. Yes.
Guys,
I just saw it. It was very, very good.
We did it. We figured out what the song is about. We don't have to wait until October 3rd.
Yeah, but there's definitely this weird, I don't know, male fantasy about the beautiful suffering of Ophelia, that her dead body is like fetishization of it.
Yeah.
So, and we got some of those themes in Tortured Poets department too. So I think that might be an interesting bridge between eras.
I definitely sense this idea. It feels like this album is starting from a drowning or a death, you know?
Yes.
From a dark place. And of course, we have to remember that Ophelia died because she was distraught because Hamlet killed her father, I believe.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, I think her father's name was Polonius.
Ophelia's tragedy stems from the descent into madness and subsequent death after the murder of her father Polonius by Hamlet.
Wow, Monsi remembered Polonius. Pat on back. I didn't even look that up.
I did. All right. Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah.
I loved Elizabeth Taylor growing up because she had purple eyes. And purple is my favorite color, and I always wanted purple eyes.
She's known for her eyes. Her eyes were beautiful.
Yes.
I know her for her perfume. Interestingly, my mom used to wear Elizabeth Taylor perfume, I think.
Well, I am more and more convinced that this is Reputation's true sister album, because we have the you can be the I'll be the Taylor to I'll be the Taylor to
He can be my jailer, Burton to Miss Taylor.
Yeah.
Are you ready for it?
Yes.
It's in our rhetorical questions.
Exactly.
Episode.
And it's the same collaborators and all that stuff, but that everything she does is intentional. So to make that as a throwback to a line she did specifically call out Elizabeth Taylor and in the past is interesting.
Yeah, and I think there was even a photo somewhere in her Instagram somewhere, or she had mentioned reading a biography of Elizabeth Taylor during the Reputation era or around that time that album came out. If you are not familiar with Elizabeth Taylor, she was a child star in the 90s, became a major movie star in the 90s Hollywood, known for her beauty and strong characters. She starred in National Velvet, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Cleopatra. She won numerous Academy Awards, and she also had a lot of husbands, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
She was definitely, I mean, if we're talking about different showgirls, I feel like she was definitely iconic in her time. And until I think she just passed away recently, right?
2011.
Yeah, yesterday.
Post-college years for us, which those all run together.
I was thinking about Cleopatra as a very iconic role of hers, and we talk about the cat eye, just like Cleopatra is another iconic woman in history. Just very feminine energy in this album already, just between these first two songs.
Also, I just want to point out that reading a biography and getting obsessed with it is how we got Hamilton, so maybe we'll get Elizabeth Taylor the musical from Taylor.
Kind of amazing.
I mean, I'd be so into it.
It's really Elizabeth Taylor Swift.
Oh, there we go. I'm more convinced than ever after hearing her interview tonight and hearing her talk about the Eras Tour that we will, at some point in time, get a musical written by Taylor Swift.
Speaking of tour, I just want to be on the wait list for this one already. Like,
that's why I bought my vinyl.
Hell, I guess I should do that then.
I bought the vinyl before she revealed the cover because I was like, I just need to leave nothing to chance. You will
be rewarded. I was like, what was the point of this? Me with no record player.
Correct. I have no record player. I own the 1989 vinyl. I will now own the Life of a Showgirl vinyl and no record player, but my birthday is coming up, so maybe I will get one for myself.
Well, speaking of birthdays,
yes,
my birthday is October 1st, so this is the best gift ever.
I'm convinced that we're going to get a single on the 22nd of August, which is my birthday. So
Perfect. Well, I bring that up specifically because track 3 is Opalite, which is basically fake opal, and opal is the birthstone for October.
well, that's interesting.
Yes. Yes.
Look at
I think
that.
somebody even mentioned that on the podcast. They said opal, like when she said the date, because they were
Yeah.
talking about all these dates.
The Libras and all the birthdays that they have. in
So
the
I'm
family
going to
in
assume that was
October.
an Easter egg. But the definition of opalite I found really interesting because it's a man-made stone, and the iridescent glass is often mistaken for natural opal due to its milky white appearance, shifting blue and peach undertones. Well, the album cover is blue and peach, kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, so it's like kind of a man-made fake version of opal,
Yeah,
which
it's not
opal
a real
is
gemstone.
the gemstone for October. This is kind of, what does that mean? I don't know, Taylor.
I don't know.
And it's the third song. It's the third song.
Yeah.
Like October 3rd.
Yeah.
I like that. It's
That's
also
fun.
often confused with moonstone. Some guy said my aura's moonstone just because he was high, which is ties to Bejeweled.
Which had a
God.
ton of, in retrospect, Bejeweled was hinting at this so much because she did the
but-
Showgirl thing, she did the Dita Von Teese thing.
But this is where I need her to sit down and do another 2 hours because I'm like, did you know? She clearly knew that a door and there would be orange. Like there were obviously some things that she knew about before the Eras tour started of how she wanted to connect the dots to whatever is next. But she says the album is about her time on the road during the Eras tour. She recorded it while in Europe. So, like, the songs probably didn't predate the Eras tour, but that doesn't mean the visuals or some of the ideas or the concepts.
Well,
weren't
when did the Bejeweled music video come out? Do we remember?
December 22?
Because she was on tour in 2023. Like the tour started mid 2023.
The tour started in March or April of 2023.
Yeah,
Jeweled
and so
came
they were
out-
definitely prepping the tour for like a while
sure.
before that. And Midnights came out like in 2022. Bejeweled, the video came out towards the end of 2022.
October 2022 is when the Bejeweled music video came out.
So I'm willing to bet there are a lot of intentional things because especially if this album was recorded while she was on tour and like kind of happening at the same time. It just, the timing is really close.
And she did say she wanted to make this album for a long time, and we know she has said that she'll write songs that aren't right for the album. So
right, that's fair.
Without knowing, my guess is that she's done enough tours.
Yeah, I was saying, she's been on tour before.
Exactly. That she maybe had some like ideas or like segments of lyrics, and she kind of knew she wanted to do showgirl themes.
Yeah.
Or here's my other theory. Yes, she does stuff intentionally, but also at this point in her career, she can just do 8,000 random things. And then when she announces something, fans will go back and find connections and she can just be like, yeah, I did do that.
You mean when in December 2023 in her Time magazine interview, she said, "Are you not entertained?" And then as soon as she announced The Life of a Showgirl, I was like, this is what she was talking about. Is that true?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, she doesn't need to try anymore.
Yeah, but then she says that like some of the things are actually Easter eggs. I feel like some of the Easter eggs are like really obvious Easter eggs now, but
yeah, like the 12 photos that Taylor Nation posted of her in orange
like we all got
and
it
the
the
last
time we
one,
got it. Yeah.
the last one was Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter, and guess what? Song number 12 is, spoiler alert, it's with Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter. So yeah, there's like some really obvious things. I'm sure there's also things in hindsight she's like, oh, that's a fun coincidence.
Yeah.
All right. So don't know what Opalite will be, but October 3rd, third song, Opal.
Mean Girls. It's a Mean Girls song.
Great.
Album colors. Yeah.
Gretchen Wieners. It's
loaded.
It's Gretchen Wiener's actual favorite new jewel that Regina George never actually let her wear, in addition to the silver hoops.
Perfect.
Anyway.
Okay, number 4.
Father figure. Okay, now we've deviated from my showgirl theory because father figure is...
Except, what's the
Showman? Cher says, "Mom, I am a rich man."
That's true.
Isn't that the famous quote?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she had it in her "You Need to Calm Down" music video.
Yeah. I just thought of it's "Don't Tell Mama," not "Don't Tell Papa." I think. Okay, did you not hear the children screaming behind the scenes of New Heights. Like, our editing is amazing, and we can have cats and babies. It's fine. If Travis and Jason could do it, we could do it too.
Yes. If your daughter has opinions, we want to hear them.
We want to hear them.
She does.
All female voices need to be heard.
She did wear her I'm in my debut era onesie to school yesterday, which still fits her. And she wore it with Cat's sweatpants.
Amazing. On brand.
I love this for us.
Okay, father figure.
Father figure. So, I don't know. Well, it doesn't mean her father. It's a father figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
it's about Jack Antonoff.
Yeah. Did we not? We glossed over the fact that Jack Antonoff is nowhere to be found on this album. Again, we talked about the criticism of TTPD, that it was too long and verbose and not edited. And I feel like a lot of the commentary was she needs to move on from Jack. We need to hear something that's not Jack. Jack and Aaron aren't here.
Well, I also feel like he's been working with a lot of younger artists who are coming up.
Saying it's personal. I'm just saying it's a major departure from what we've seen from her.
Personal.
Jack's a Jersey boy. We love Jack.
If there wasn't any drama, I would like to stir a little bit.
Our boy Jack. Speaking of drama, Ruin the Friendship is track 6. We're not there yet. We'll get there.
Well, yeah, and she said that they recorded all of this in Sweden. So yeah, there could have been scheduling conflicts. And I also it really seems like she just has had a vision for something like this for a while, and it was a Max Martin Shellback vision, which is great.
Yeah.
The Max Martin one is actually maybe more possible because she did refer to him as her mentor and talked about how when recording earlier songs, she and Shellback were learning from Max, and that this time around that they were all kind of equal contributors.
Loved that.
So my Jack Antonoff one was a joke. It would be so funny to me if she wrote this song for Jack Antonoff.
Yeah, he's only 2 years old. Oh no, he's 4 years older than her.
He's 2 years old.
Period. At his sense.
Yeah.
Okay, we ready?
I think it's really interesting. Okay. I just think it's interesting that everything else is about women and this is father figure. And I think it would be really fun if there were a woman who was a father figure in her life. I think that would just be fun.
I kind of love that.
It could also be a but daddy, I love him type of thing where it's I want to be a showgirl. My father figure says no, but this is the life I'll lead.
Oh, it's very it's giving gypsy. It's giving Don't Tell Mama and Cabaret, which are all the reactions to the mother, not to the father. But
yeah.
I digress. Okay,
most excited about this song.
Track
5, Eldest Daughter.
Whew,
I live for this.
God, I write so often about the trials and tribulations of being a type A eldest daughter and eldest daughter syndrome that here she is giving us a track 5 as an anthem. Thank you.
I also think that this is such a millennial recognition of the eldest daughter thing, you know? Why? So yeah, very excited. I really hope this is a powerful ballad. A dance ballad, Swedish style.
Yeah, what was track 5 on 1989? Was it All You Had to Do Was Stay?
I want to say yes.
It wasn't what, Dear John or...
Yes, it was All You Had to Do Was Stay.
All You Had to Do Was Stay. Wow.
Right,
Judy.
Okay. So, sorry,
I was pretty sure you were right, and then I was like, let me confirm.
Do you understand the things that I could do in the world if I didn't have all the Taylor Swift knowledge in my head organized the way it is? I could be so powerful. I'd be a fearless leader. Anyway. Yes. So anyway, on that note, we have it is 9:37 p.m., guys. This is what you get.
Well, and Reputation track 5 was Delicate. So both of those were kind of poppy ballads.
Right.
Yeah.
And not as devastating.
Yeah.
In the sense that A So Long London was.
Yes.
But we'll see. Ruin the friendship. Ruin the friendship. Now we got bad blood.
Okay. Whose friendship has been ruined?
I don't know. Rhetoric or rumors?
But
Nancy?
it feels very true to Life of a Showgirl. I feel like when you're busy, you talked about being a dancer, Jody. I remember all the hours that you spend to dance practice and your show, and then people get neglected and people catch feelings. And I feel like we've seen this film before.
Yeah. You definitely sacrifice a lot of a personal life in order to live the life of a showgirl. Especially, that was the case in high school, dancing as much as I did, doing theater and all those things. I'm sure it's 10, 20, 100-fold for someone like Taylor Swift, where you have to put a lot of effort into your friendships, or you also have to have friendships that just understand where you are at in your life and not take it personally.
Well, she talked about finding hobbies again. She said that like all she would
my
think
God.
about between shows is like what she was
The
physically
acoustic
recovering
mashup.
and thinking about the mashup, and that was like all she had time for.
One thing that I think
Yeah.
is interesting is that it says ruin the friendship, which could be like an item on a checklist, or like it's a verb. It's like, it's not the friendship was ruined or like ruined friendships. It's like ruin it, do it. It's an action verb. Interesting.
I also, just speaking of friendships, this is a positive thing. I really loved how she said about how she could see the audience and how she really loved when the audience, when fans would surprise her, like lighting up the balloons for
Yeah.
Willow. That was just one of those things of like, we've talked so much about how her relationship with her fans is so key to her success. And I think some of those moments in the interview were just kind of a sweet love letter back of saying like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm so glad you guys have created this community and that you're surprising me. But they were all like, all three of them were talking about how fun it was to watch the fans get into it and like bond with each other and the intergenerational like experience it was. I just thought that was really nice.
I thought it was so nice. Did not expect the interview to go where it did and to cover as many topics as it did. And I was so grateful that it did, because it both answered questions that I had about her experience on the Eras tour, what she did see, what she intended it to be, and what it turned into. But then also things I had no idea about, like that you could have funfetti sourdough. I mean,
Yeah.
wild. That they're both obsessed with otters. That was something. I know a lot
You
about
know,
otters
otters
now.
mate for life.
There you go. Maybe that's
Fun
telling
fact.
us something.
It's an Easter egg.
It's an Easter egg. What were the other
I
things?
mean, it was also Ron and Hermione's like thing, right? Like Hermione's
it?
Patronus was an otter, and
Yeah.
Ron was a Weasley, and weasels are in the otter family.
I love this. I mean, there were things I loved. Like, this is what I've been writing songs about wanting to happen to me since I was a teenager, and that's their love story. Also, this dude didn't get a meet and greet, and he's making it everyone's problem. Just like their dynamic was so fun. It was like seeing your best friend meet their match, and they're just like having fun. Like, they clearly love each other, but they also like poke fun at each other, but they're not like too goopy goobery, but they also like support and encourage each other. I just, chef's kiss.
Yeah. The Kelce brothers share half a brain cell though.
Okay, that's a oof. I don't know that I agree. I'm gonna
So many
disagree
moments
with
I was
that.
like,
Lion King
guys.
was about Hamlet. He also knew what esoteric
Hey,
meant.
They drink a hell of a lot of respect women juice, which is all that matters. But there were
Yeah.
so many moments where I was like, guys,
I
come
will
on.
give them a break on the words that they didn't know in favor of how just respectful and like genuinely confident and respectful they are, where they have to Taylor, to other women in their life, to other people in their life in general, just like giving credit and thanks and appreciation where it's due. And it just felt very genuine and heartfelt. And so, yeah, if they need a thesaurus, that's fine by me.
I really liked I said this, I texted this, but I really loved the older sibling energy. I felt like between Jason and Taylor, they were just like, go, go, go. Like the whole conversation. I just feel like when it's like me and my husband or my brother, like we just like never let anybody else in. Like you just like go, go, go. Like we're just constantly talking.
There were also a couple, I know we're like in the middle of her track list, which we'll get going there. But she said a couple of things where I was like, Taylor needs to write a leadership book or a self-help book. Your energy is expensive and not everyone can afford it. When you lose your shit, you lose your leadership. I no longer work for a corporation, so I can say these things. Many leaders need to listen to Taylor Swift on these things. Anyway, actually romantic. Track 7.
Romantic.
I think it's interesting, and I think this is just the reality of a life lived, of how almost every album she rewrites what she defines love as.
Yeah.
And it changes every time, and every time she's like, well, now I know what it is. Like in Daylight, I thought love was red, but now it's golden. Like it changes every time. And I don't think that negates past loves. It's just saying I have grown and matured, and now this is how I understand it. So that title made me think she's like, okay, but this time actually, no, I know what romantic is.
Yeah, it begs the question of like, well, what was it before? And like, where have we come to now?
It used to be red, and then it was golden, and now it's
orange.
sitting It's orange. Yes, it's orange. Or it's, here, help me bake sourdough. That's romantic.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about this other than I'm interested to see what kind of a bop it ends up being.
Yeah.
New
I'm
Romantic.
expecting
Maybe it's like
every-
the sequel to New Romantics.
Yeah.
Also Max Martin.
That could be cool.
And then we
Okay.
start getting into some of the fun.
I'm a millennial coded.
Yeah.
Wish list, but the
Okay,
S's are dollar signs. Thank you, Kesha.
I was just going to say, like, Kesha, $, forever. I would love a Taylor Kesha feature. I think that would be
God, that would be so much fun.
I mean, is that the hit? Like, I just feel like if I see $, that's what is happening.
I feel like when I think wish list and dollar signs and this whole album, I think like what are all the things you're going to splurge on when you go shopping in Vegas after the show? Like it's 2 a.m. and Vegas is the only place where like all those fancy stores are still open. Like what's on my wish list? I'm going to go buy all the fancy shit.
See, the first thing I think of is not a Showgirl thing. It's all the teachers who have to create wish lists because we don't fund our schools enough.
It's a great reminder that we should be funding buying things off of teachers' wish lists.
Maybe this was her wish list for all the money she needed to make to buy back her masters.
Yeah, she did say that she was able to buy back the masters
because we all went to the
Eras tour.
Yeah.
So maybe. Okay, I don't know what this one is. Wood.
I don't know. But Jason just laughed like a middle school boy. He was like, nice.
Well, it's because I think Travis made a face.
Oh, I was listening on Spotify.
There was like a little boys exchange that happened there at the word wood.
Boys. All right, wood. I got nothing.
I have no idea where this is going.
I thought of how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
I mean, we have Out of the Woods from 1989.
We do, but that's a whole phrase that means something.
There's wood and
honestly,
woods.
I think it's going to be innuendo, knowing Taylor.
Yeah, it's like slut. It's like when we saw
Like if
slut.
we had never had...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but also, like, if we had never had the Aristotle and the baller and all the innuendo in that song, like, maybe I wouldn't have thought that, but we have So High School, so...
Yeah, I do remember when we saw Slut, the title, we were all like, what's this gonna be? And then it was
nothing.
Layered.
Yeah, this one will be layered.
Or not, and honestly, more power to her if this is not a layered song at all.
It's about wood. Okay, canceled.
All caps.
Exclamation point.
Joining the Florida Club of exclamation point songs.
Yeah, I guess, like, if this is all stuff that happened when she was off tour, like, at what point during the tour was she canceled?
It could also be things, I don't know.
The tour was canceled. Remember the show that was canceled?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Vienna shows.
There was a whole show that was canceled.
Three shows.
3 shows.
Yeah.
A whole city that was canceled.
Right.
It could also be, I think she was so specific about it's what happens behind the scenes that I'm not even convinced it's all directly happening to her or about the show. Right. But it could be like seeing someone you know get canceled and you have to go out and perform and start wrestling, like, you know, oh, I found out that someone did something horrible who I really trusted and now I have to go perform. You know, like it may not all be
one of
her getting canceled.
Who got canceled.
Yeah.
At some point in the last year.
Yeah.
So.
But also, like, it would be kind of cool to see, like, what was she up to when those shows got canceled? Because I think that was a scary time. She couldn't talk about it. Like, it was a whole 3 days.
She still hasn't spoken about it.
Yeah, and her fans all banded together and, like, sang at the local bar or something. Yeah. Like, did you see those videos of, like, all of her
streets?
In the streets, yeah.
Yeah, see, she's singing. Yeah, I think it's interesting. She's welcome to join us. Honey, it makes me think of ABBA. Honey, honey, how you help me out.
Isn't there a Jessica Alba movie called Honey?
Yes, there is. Great job.
Okay.
Well done.
For some
never
reason
seen
I
it.
thought of Sabrina Carpenter, but I don't know why. Does Sabrina Carpenter have
because she's on the next song.
That's the next one, but I thought of it.
You just read it.
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's about Winnie the Pooh. That's my official guess.
That's a literary
This is like when we thought... That's like when we thought LOML was 10 milliliters.
That was a highlight, guys. Life highlight.
In the context of Showgirl, like, I can't really think of anything immediately other than...
Honey in your tea when your throat hurts.
Yeah, I mean, It could be something related to British people. It could be something related to summer. It could
Or
be
maybe
something
it's
related
her
to
honey. Maybe she calls
yeah. It
Travis
could just be
honey.
related to the relationship.
Yeah.
It could be also like meaning, maybe this is a Sabrina Carpenter thing. It could be like having a protege and you're just like, oh, honey, this is a
Honey.
hard industry. You know,
Yeah.
that kind of
I only
term.
use the term honey
Yeah, like
sarcastically. 'Cause I'm not
well, I
subtle.
think okay, so like in context of the Showgirl, like you could talk about it in terms of like a thing
Yeah.
that people say that's kind of demeaning in some ways.
And then
Okay.
track 12, I'm only mildly upset it's not 13 tracks, but it's fine. I'll get over it. The Life of a Showgirl featuring Sabrina Carpenter.
I'm sure the fact that it's TS12 was a main factor.
I know,
in the
I get
12
it.
tracks. I know.
It. I know TS13 will have 13 tracks and like a whole hullabaloo.
I did see a post about that. This is a total side note, but I did see someone post the scariest thing about TS12 getting announced is that next is
TS13. It's going to be insufferable. Like she is going to be absolutely insufferable.
It's going to be 13 vinyls.
For sure. No question. Life of a Showgirl. Their title, titular song.
One thing that I am interested in, one of my friends did send me something about potentially so we know that Sabrina Carpenter like posted the date on her website.
Did
I think so she had August 12th, I think, showed up on her website. And then there was also Stevie Nicks, I think, also posted something on her website or a photo with August 12th. And we do have a song that Taylor has given us before where she talks about Stevie Nicks, then she talks about herself, and then she talks about like the next generation of pop artists. And just like passing the baton. And so I don't know, like Life of a Showgirl, I feel like would be really cool if it was like featuring a few generations kind of
the Ghost of Clara Bow.
Well, I hate to burst this bubble, but the Stevie Nicks announcement had nothing to do with Taylor Swift. It was indeed about her. Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks' elusive 1973 studio album arrived September 19th. So it was just about her. It wasn't about Taylor.
Wait, I don't get how that was about her.
Well, if you were insinuating that Stevie Nicks' post was about Taylor's album, it's not.
No, I saw that there was a post somewhere just that said August 12th.
Right, and it was Stevie Nicks announcing something for herself that she's releasing. Had anything having to do with Taylor.
It could be both. What if she's releasing something with Taylor?
Monty likes to believe, Jody. Let her believe. Let her believe. She's the karma truther.
Karma. Cool.
Why can't it be both? What are the chances?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Why? What are the chances it is unrelated? I'm sorry. I don't understand why you think it can be. It's unrelated.
I'm sorry.
I don't understand why the whole date passed and Stevie Nicks hasn't said anything about Taylor Swift.
Well, Sabrina Carpenter also hasn't said anything about Taylor Swift.
I don't know. I have social. I like Taylor Swift. I try not to be on social media.
I just think they have a connection.
Well,
and like I said, the Ghost of Clara Bow is also on the song, so it's perfect.
There are Clara Bow vibes. For sure.
There are.
No question. And I love how she often does that. And also kind of wonder if Clara Bow, to your point, Jen, earlier about the connective tissue between albums, like it was on TTPD to be the connective tissue.
Yeah.
Between the albums.
Yeah. I mean, I'm mostly joking, but I had an image of Taylor doing like a seance in the studio. And then it works because it's Taylor.
She would. Of course she would.
But genuinely, like, I also think about Marjorie and how she had her grandma's voice in that song.
Yeah.
I think this will mostly be her and Sabrina, but it could be an opportunity where she might be pulling in more strands, which would be kind of cool.
I love it.
It would be amazing if there was multiple Showgirls on this album. It just feels like...
I know she was so emphatic and definitive that like this is crisp, it's focused, it's 12 songs, that's it. But it is Taylor Swift.
And she's working with legends who have also worked with other legends. So I don't know. Who knows?
So like I always get the sense that something else is coming, although if I'm allowed to clown, if anything else is coming, I think it's a documentary because it just makes sense.
So the only other thing that, if we're going to clown for a second, that I could see is her dropping debut Taylor's version, because I did see so many connections in the album cover and this kind of full circle of like someone just pointed out, like, I don't think this was Taylor's intention, but pointed out, like, there was a really sweet full circle of hearing that her mom's the one who got to tell her that she did get her music, and, like, her mom was the one who drove her around Nashville with that initial album trying to get a record deal, and then her mom got to tell her she bought it. There's something about this album that does feel sort of full circle of this, like, young dreamer, and then, like, now she's writing an album about how she did her life as a successful yeah, exactly. So that's the only other one I could potentially see her saying, like, in this moment of being a showgirl, I also want to remember how the showgirl started.
Right.
And she loves surprises. She talked about how she's leaving some of the photos in here because she doesn't want to give everything away, and surprises are good. And it does feel like with this album, like with Midnights, she played the Midnights game where she used to reveal like the song on different days. And she usually is a little bit more elusive, but here she just like kind of gave us everything all in one go.
She gave us a 2-hour interview.
She gave us a 2-hour interview. So it makes you kind of wonder, it's like, ooh, is she withholding something? Like, what is she keeping behind?
We know there will be a first single. Yeah. We don't know what that is.
Yeah. And we do know that she had already re-recorded Debut for what it's worth. So
yes, that's part of it too. It's like she said she did it and she was happy with it.
And it does kind of look, the colors do kind of look similar. Yeah.
Can we talk though? Because she has released some of these photos. So the 4 variant CDs are there. And these are risque photos. I mean,
Did you see the people who were comparing them side by side, that there's a lot of poses that are reminiscent of the Reputation pictures?
No, I didn't.
Like she has the one with her fingers around her eyes, and yeah, it's pretty cool to see because it is, I think I said this earlier, it's the same photographer. So that was kind of fun to see. I do think there is a callback there.
I'm just looking at them all now.
I also did see someone pull up the orange and green plaid outfit she wore last October when I was theorizing that was a hint for a holiday album.
August 12th. She wore that outfit on August 12th.
Yes, and I was theorizing that it was a holiday album.
So the names of these variants, it's frightening, it's rapturous, it's beautiful. That's the only one I see on here. Damn it. I guess the other one is just the regular one.
Guys, should I buy the cassette?
Do you have a place to play a cassette?
I do still have my old boombox, but it plays a cassette and the CD. I just think CDs get ruined faster than cassettes.
Yeah, there's something very nostalgic about a cassette. Yeah. Cassettes do get ruined. Don't you remember having to like rewind?
Yeah, but only if you like leave them in the heat or something. CDs can get scratched.
I wouldn't know where to play a CD either.
On the same place I was going to play the cassette.
I don't have my boombox.
You got to have both.
I do not have a boombox anymore. Here we go. Variants. I'm so excited. These are Instagram. These are sexy. Yeah, but I'm
Swifties, I love you, but clowning hard out here.
No, see, okay, so I started a new Instagram account for my art, and I follow 4 people. I follow Taylor Swift, Taylor Nation. Because I don't even follow the podcast. I will follow the podcast. Sarah Chappelle, Taylor Swift Styled. And then Noko Cookie Cakes, who does these, she started a business making cookie cakes while her toddler sleeps, and she went viral on TikTok. And anyway. So I don't get any of the crazy fan things because I don't follow anybody. What else do you want to say about, I mean, we ourselves could have a 2-hour episode about the 2-hour podcast, but we would just be rehashing.
I think the one thing that I just had as another note was that I thought it was really sweet when she talked about owning all of her music, and when she briefly talked about that, because I think Jason asked, like, which one should we listen to as fans? And she's like, whatever you want, we own them all. And I just thought that was really sweet. She sounded so happy. So I'm just really happy for her. And then, we got confirmation that Red was her favorite album to re-record, which we knew. Tracks. We could tell.
Yeah.
We knew. Yeah, you gave it 2 music videos.
In the second album of Vault songs.
Yeah.
So many Vault songs.
Also, she says, this podcast got me a boyfriend. I'm still waiting to be able to say the same. So my DMs are open.
Yeah. Also, like, talk about being a little egotistical.
Jody.
I didn't give them my address. I said my DMs are open. It's very different.
Being also, a little egotistical when she said listen to this podcast. This is my favorite podcast. I took that a little personally.
I also took that personally. But also, she probably only listens to it by overhearing Travis record it. I can't imagine.
She hears it get recorded. Yeah.
Totally kidding,
like, I'm
obviously.
pretty sure the only podcast she listens to are true crime.
Chris not genuinely, but like he was like, I can't believe she didn't announce the album on your podcast. And I was like, that's the support I'm looking for.
That's exactly
Thank you. Thank you, honey.
Green flags all around. He is a green flag husband. Well
Okay, cool.
done.
Well, at least we have our date for October 3rd, so I'm sure
Yes,
there'll
and
be
I'm
special
okay. So
episode.
tune in. Well, we're gonna have lots of episodes between now and then. So if you are new to our podcast, welcome. This is it's a little different. We're still slightly unhinged when we do a regular podcast, but you can listen to us every Wednesday. We drop a new episode. You can find us at AP Taylor Swift on all of your social channels. We also have a Substack where we do extra credit. We do some like deeper thinking and nerding out. aptaylorswift.substack.com/subscribe. We also, can I talk about our after school?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it? You guys can talk about it. Jen, you want to talk? Who wants to talk about after school?
Yeah, we are launching some after school specials for paid listeners.
Dorks.
We are. We were trying to think of the name for it, and we were like, well, what does someone do if they're a massive nerd in school and they want to do more of the school thing? And it's like an after school club. So this is the after school club for literary Swifties who are all about the lyrics, the analysis, and all that good stuff. So we do now have a paid listener. We'll do our new episodes every Wednesday standard, but we'll be offering some bonus episodes, some more ways to get involved, to hear what we're doing, get some heads up on some stuff, and it'll continue to grow. Yeah. But you can do that through our Substack, which I never remember the URL, but I think Jody does have it memorized.
I do. aptaylorswift.substack.com/subscribe. We'll put it in the show notes, and you'll see more things like this in our after school. So we'll probably do some more when
a little looser,
but also like when our like album specific or things that don't necessarily we will do, full on literary analysis of actual books, but we'll also do things about Taylor that maybe aren't related to the topics that we do on regular Wednesday. So our regular Wednesday content stays the same, but like the more unhinged content we save for after school. So think of this as your sneak peek, a free preview of after school. This is kind of what you get.
Yeah, should put a dorks only sticker on our official logo. Dorks wanted.
Dorks welcome.
Dorks welcome.
But like Taylor Swift type dorks. Like we're the dorks. She reads sourdough blogs. Yes. Did you catch that?
Her first song is about Ophelia.
Yeah. Taylor Swift, welcome. You are one of us.
Cool. Excited.
All right. We'll see you on October 3rd for the album, and we'll see you next Wednesday for a new episode of AP Taylor Swift.
Bye.
That's all we have for you today on AP Taylor Swift. Be sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast app. Follow us on your social channel of choice at AP Taylor Swift to stay up to date. And join us next time as we overanalyze and deep dive into the next Taylor Swift song on AP Taylor Swift.